Hello, my kitchen witches. Today we are doing chive blossoms. It is late May. You see this right here? There's this hello bumblebee on my chive blossom. So your chives should be blossoming late May and will go into June. Now, it all depends how your spring is going with that. And they're one of the first colors in my garden, and I adore them, and I plant them everywhere this year because I have been planting everywhere and they spread. I did do a little digging some up and making them go to good homes. They're a great plant. You plant it once and it just keeps on dividing and spreading. Not like, whoop, it's over there, whoop, it's over there. It's just, it just slowly moves out and becomes more abundant. I think they're great for borders and just tucked away in little corners that you're not going to do anything with. I have them in random pots, and you might see them behind me. Any of the pink you see behind me would be the chives. So I love to pick the blossoms. We are going to do 3 things. Now I have to think on that one. A moment. 3 things with chive blossoms right now. When they blossom, that's it. They're not going to, like any other, some flowers you pick and then they're going to grow the flowers. This is it. Happens in the spring. When I first started to grow them, and maybe up to very recently, I was like, oh no, I need the color. I can't pick them. And now I have myself in the rhythm where as they start to blossom, we have some that are like still little, and they'll be in their little, still just like that before they fully blossom out. So I start then. For the ones that are fully blossomed out, I will pick them. And then there's still more to be blossomed, but I won't pick all of them. I don't want to be greedy. I have a lot, so it's okay. I do like to leave as many as I can for the bees and the pollinators because they do love them. So to harvest, real simple. I'm just going to grab one and I just give it a little twist. Now I have the green part too, and I've done that on purpose. I could go up higher and just kind of pop the head off, but I like a little bit of the green. I give it a twist, and then I've put in all my green on a separate little plate, and that I can dry later, and we'll get into that in a different video. So this is just on chive blossoms. It's a little bit of a damp morning here, so I've spread them out so just the wind can catch them drying, and they're really, I'm not drying them to preserve right now. I'm just kind of getting the water off of them for what we're going to do. First thing I want to show you is how to make a quick chive blossom vinegar. Smells so good. So all I need is a little glass jar. This is a fun project to do with young kids too. If I pick these closer to when they're going to seed, they're still fine, but no, there's going to be little seeds in them. So that's why I like to start picking them now before they go to seed, so I don't have to worry about seeds and stuff. You don't have to worry as like, oh, the seeds are going to hurt me, but aesthetic wise. So I'm going to go about 2/3 up with my blossoms, getting them in, and it's so pretty. All right, so about 2/3 up. This is just a little pasta jar I have. These are set aside for other things. And just basic white vinegar. It's just in this jar because it was easier to bring to the garden. I'm not going to judge you on what kind of vinegar. Some people go fancier. With this, I would not go with, definitely not a balsamic, not an apple cider, because the thing is, it's going to get a little purpley pink, and I want that pretty color in it. Hello, Trapper. He's saying hello to everyone. So I want to pull out the color that I can. And if I was using a vinegar that already had a color to it, I'm going to lose that. So just regular white vinegar. I think like a wine vinegar, if you're going fancy, is clear too. And I filled that up, as I said, 2/3 with the flowers, and now I'm going to go up all the way. So there's about 1 inch down below, and that's fine. They're going to sink eventually. Some people say metal containers in vinegar do not go well. I've never had a reaction. It's not going to be stored in this long. If you are sensitive to that, and your lids are sensitive, you can put a little saran wrap or plastic here. And then I just give it a shake. And most things that are just starting, I will keep on my counter for a day or two so I can remember to shake, put it upside down, shake, put it right side up, throughout the day, or once a day or twice a day as I'm doing things. It will sink a little bit. They'll get covered. It's nothing that's going to go moldy. We're not going to leave it there for a long time. In a couple weeks, in a day, you'll probably be able to smell, oh my God, that onion scent of the chives coming out of it. And then you're just going to strain and bottle it. And with that being said, I have this old one. And it's very peachy. It's not moldy or anything like that. It will last forever. So if you kind of like, oh no, I forgot to take it out. Worst case in this one, it's just the flowers are going to be a lot more mushy. So let's actually get that propped up to make it look pretty. I'm going to just take a bottle. I get these wine bottles or beer bottles. I don't know. They're at my local hardware store, has a little brewing section. And then online I get the little jiggers. And I will put a link for those. And somewhere I have a funnel. Yay. I don't have a sifter on me, or a strainer, so I'm just using some muslin. I just got this all over my jeans. I am going to stink all day. It's okay. People like start craving something oniony or vinegary after like being around me. Now, this one's lost some of its color, but there is a light tinge to it. If again, if this was the first year, it would be a lot more pinky purple. Eventually goes to pink. Peach. But you get the point. So first year, and then the great gifts. You'll be a little bit more pinky, purpley. And it'll go a little peach, but it's vinegar. It's not gonna go bad. So the flavoring is there. So this is great with salads, potatoes. What are we gonna use the vinegar for? Put that later. And my little shaker on it, and voila, you have a pretty thing. If you are giving it as a gift, or you just want it to be a little decorative, whoop, put your little chive. Can you see that little chive in there? I could even stick a flower. I would probably put individual flowers though, just so they would come out later on in there. There they go. And just a little, make my life pretty. Today is Friday, day of Venus. It is a day of beauty and pretty and love. And that would be nice and decorative when I pull it out onto the table. And it smells so good. So that is the first thing I think people should learn to do with chive blossoms, is just to make a simple, beautiful vinegar. Let me get off my seat here for a moment. And just can see how pretty that is. So making beauty for what we're gonna eat. It's just nice. I will also today, I have some pizza dough that I made with some unfed sourdough starter. And and I'll put pictures, a bunch of the chive blossoms into it. So it's gonna make this nice oniony dough, Still not sure if I'm going to make little biscuits, not biscuits, but maybe little rolls. Or actually I may make a pizza and then just like a pizza base and then put a lot of like a garlicky olive oil on it after. Like so many different possibilities. Now you might not be a sourdough maker like me, and that's okay because it takes a lot of time or regiment to remember. Actually, sourdough does not take a lot of time. It's just to remember that you have to feed it occasionally, almost daily, and that can be the hard part. But you could go just get a can or a bag of any kind of dough in your delis. Not in the deli section where they keep it. Dairy section. You get your dough, mix it in with some Chive Blossoms, and now you have this just beautiful bread to feed your family. So that was number 2 of what you can do. And I'll just show you the pictures of that. And then lastly is Borzen. I used to work in the restaurant industry, and we would make this cream cheese butter Borzen for our fresh baked bread that would go on the table. It was cream cheese, butter, a little bit of white pepper, and chives. More like these chives though, all cut up, freeze dried. But we are going to use flowers for this. So I'll put in the recipe, I will show you the pictures of it, but it's just going to be divine. So I'm going to make a regular sourdough this week, and cut nice, warm, fresh out of the oven slices and put my Borzen on it. But the Borzen can be fine on crackers and such things like that. So enjoy when your chives come to blossom. Utilize them. Leave some. It's always good to leave some for the pollinator. And then you can leave some to go to seeds, and then you can take the heads off and plant those seeds in another area that you want to. Or just know if you divided this bunch, each one of these is going to have, in the next few years, give you the equivalent of what you have right here. But don't be afraid to cook with it and experiment and use it. These blossoms could go on salads. Just how pretty is that? They can go on top of a soup. Just utilize them. You can, and you should, if you can, if you have enough, if they're abundant, you can dry them. I'm going to dry some in a dehydrator for later. And I also could just have them go in a paper bag, and over time they will slowly dry out. So wonderful things you can do with your chive blossoms. We will go more into when they're just the stalks, the chive stalks, in a different video. But chive blossoms, you're gonna again, end of May, beginning of June. It's a short period for it, so start slowly harvesting as they are blooming, and you're gonna get a couple weeks, if not more, worth of recipes or added to your food. Have a salad, again, sprinkle it on, make yourself a vinegar. It's just so pretty. And if you do make yourself a large vinegar, don't leave it for long or years like I did on that one. But again, it's still fine. That's why I want to show you my mistakes or my laziness or my oh my God, I got so much to do in life. That would be great for personal use. This is totally fine for personal use. If I did this much this year again, then everyone for Christmas is going to get chive vinegar with some chive olive oil. That is a different video. Bright blessings, my friends. Happy cooking. Enjoy your garden. Enjoy the chives. Until we meet again, when we are talking more about the stalks. Bright blessings.